Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I'm Jerry Cooey.
I'm Deborah Nelson.
And once again, you found us on channel 27 MediaCom. You'll see us every Saturday from 4:30 until 5. And as always, tell your friends, neighbors, and your relatives, tune in. We always try to be educational first and then entertaining second.
Entertaining second.
It's always got to have some entertainment.
That's what we're going for.
Well, you know, Deborah, at this last county commission meeting, and of course, you know, I want to applaud your efforts regarding no one else on this planet covering the fact that Gulf Power has increased your rates by 20.3% this year.
How is that not newsworthy? How is that not news?
Honestly, I think...
I mean, I'm thinking that the people who are getting the power bills are interested in understanding where this is coming from.
Well, I can tell you what kind of impact it was on me. I replaced an air conditioning unit, high efficiency. My power bill was $201 a month prior to that. I replaced it, you know, I went to the max efficiency, all that kind of stuff. My power bill dropped to $171 and I was so excited. Wow. Right. All right, man. You know, I'm seeing return on my investment. And then Gulf Power took their first rate hike, which knocked me right back to $191. And
that was
and
September. That was
September.
11.3%.
11.3, and now they're going to go up on again. And
starting January.
I would point out that the newspaper to my left, Pensacola News Journal, hadn't written about it.
They're not a liberal paper, but
they're to my left.
That I understand liberalism to be.
The Independent News hadn't written about it. Channel 3 hasn't covered it, to my knowledge.
I don't know about Channel 3. I don't watch them.
They might have, but you know, at a time in our economy where everyone is taking a beating, you would think, look, if it had been a 5% raise...
May I interrupt you for just a moment?
Sure.
Gulf Power is not taking a beating at this time.
I understand that.
Gulf Power, from what we can tell from their SEC reports, their annual reports and their quarterly reports, their profits are up about 15% from the same time last year.
Right.
In fact, they've apparently doing so well, and again, we're not experts on this. We've asked them to clarify this, and we're still waiting to hear back from Gulf Power. But from what we can tell without clarification, they've managed to take an extra 2% this year. It was 3% last year. It's about 5% this year. Extra 2% to pay off or to contribute towards special stock, preferred stock.
Right.
And we don't know what that's used for. We don't know who owns that.
And we hope someday that Gulf Power decides to grant the information that you have requested. And I would like to point out to the fine folks at Gulf Power, there is freedom of information. There are rights.
Not in a private company.
Well,
they don't have to tell us anything.
Well, they are a franchisee in Santa Rosa County, and we can expect our county government to give us certain pieces of information.
Can we?
We can ask. I'm not saying we'll get it. I can say that it can be asked.
Which brings us to the questions that came up at the recent county commission meeting.
Well, you know, ladies and gentlemen, and I actually did say this at the county commission meeting, that the topic at hand was a tower at Navarre to determine yearly wind speeds and daily wind averages to determine if it would be feasible to put windmills to make energy from.
And let me just emphasize, it wasn't just Navarre, it's the Navarre Beach Park, the publicly owned Navarre Beach Park, and Gulf Power is wanting, and we don't know if it's passed, but we assume that it will pass, to put a research and development, so a test station, just east of...
well, right at the east end of the park.
Of the park.
Right. And I want to say this. I support wind energy.
As do I.
I have put a lot of personal effort in myself. Have been a part of some very large study teams and research. I support it. This is where I draw the line, ladies and gentlemen. In the research that I participated in, the company paid for that. And
They funded their own research and development.
that is correct.
Because they're going to profit from it.
Because they're going to profit. And here we have Gulf Power, who went up on your rates 20.3% this year, who is going to be given, now understand they're going to have use of that property for 2 years is what we were told.
Right.
But we're also going to use our county survey team to go give them the spot. And my question was, look, they're going to make a profit on this. They're the ones that's wanting to do it. Why are the taxpayer dollars being put at risk? And Gordon Gooden's response was, well, we already own the property and we have survey people already on staff. Well, that doesn't cut it with me either, because we are still spending. There's some people in this county still live on a dirt road that would like to have a paved road. Yet we are going to use county resources to help a private company whom in the long term, and let me tell you how alternative energy works. Spent a lot of time with another major energy producer in another state in this very discussion. Alternative energy is more expensive to produce than coal-fired or gas-fired. Guess what? If they put up a windmill, the cost of that windmill is going to be scattered amongst every customer that they have. You're going to pay. You're going to pay for the R&D. You're going to pay for the infrastructure. You're going to pay for the tower itself, and then on top of that, you're going to pay more per kilowatt hour because it's more expensive to produce. And that's my problem in it. Look, if they wanted to go down there and we said, y'all go pick a spot and you put up your tower and you do what you want to, I'm okay with that. But we're using county resources. My response to Gordon Gooden is we already have a survey team on staff. So what if you're telling me that they have enough time to go help a private company? I've got to look at me, Gordon. I have a piece of property that I sure would like a survey done on, and since the survey team is not doing anything on Friday, could you please come do it for me so it won't cost me $1,000 to get it done? I mean, I'm a citizen. Why shouldn't I get the benefit?
Since we're handing things out.
Yeah, since you're giving things away. I mean, I would love to have that. I just don't agree with it.
Well, my question for them was, why are we just handing them the use of this property? This is beach property, beach park property.
Right.
Why are we handing them the use of this property? Why not lease it?
Exactly.
Get something, considering the fact that they're sucking profits off every single customer in this county, in this region, and they haven't returned a dime in the form of, they've said they have to raise rates because. Well,
now that's not
fuel
true.
Expenses are,
right after they got their increase, they gave a $1,000 donation to that little organization.
I forgot.
So they did give a little bit back.
But they haven't returned a dime in the form of giving customers a break on these what they've said have been fuel expenses. This is why they've hiked our rates 20.3%. So why are we giving them the use of this land for 2 years on the beach, in the park? That was my question. Here's the answer.
Roll tape.
Why would we be interested in subsidizing the research and development expenses with basically free land when their profits are up and they jacked up our rates because they've said their fuel rates are up, and so they're passing that through? Why are we also then going to subsidize the research and development? Is there any consideration perhaps of charging them rent for this beach property that they're going to be using?
Have the data, we'll be able to make that decision.
Yeah, but in the meantime, they've got to.
We have a nominal cost at this point. We're trying to save Santa Rosa County
We're
trying to save Santa Rosa County taxpayer dollars by generating energy. We can't do that.
That's not taxpayer dollars. Okay. That's what we pay to the power
thank you for your
company.
comments.
Deborah, I'm going to ask everyone to be respectful of each other's comments, and when someone's talking, let them finish, please.